Hello, y'all.
Wait a minute.
Come on, come on.
You gotta get. Now you can go.
Excellent. Oh my, it is Fun Friday. Come on and join us. It is Fun Friday.
How are you
Finally
making
here.
it?
I'm excited. It's been
Are
an
you doing
amazing
okay?
week this week. Come on, y'all. Thank you for joining us today. It is Fun Friday.
You wait. See me waving at all the cameras. Hey, everybody.
Is that a pageant wave? That's like a pageant
No,
wave.
girl, the pageant wave is like this. Do you know why they wave like this?
Oh, see, I was never in a pageant.
Oh, I was. Yeah, I was Miss Chamber of Commerce.
Hey, y'all.
How y'all doing?
It is Fun Friday. Thank you for joining us. You know how we do. We come talk about whatever the heck we want to today. What we talking about
Girl,
today?
y'all don't believe that bull crap. We don't talk about whatever we want to talk about, because if that was the case, I would just get on here and ramble.
We can't do that.
I come into this.
No,
She
no.
has a whole outline.
You know, because I like to be on point. I like to be on point.
Good, we
Hey,
on
y'all.
point
Thank you for
anyway.
joining. Thank you for joining. We need some men and we need some women. We need men and women in here. You got to say.
And you got to highlight.
Because I pay attention.
Look at I pay attention.
I stay focused. I come
do too.
prepared.
Oh, that's a shot.
You're not gonna take,
Shots
You're not
fired.
gonna take my source
That's
information.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Cheap
Hey,
shot.
Sanji, thank you for joining. Where's everybody located? We are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Where y'all coming from? Let us know. We're hoping for some men. We always get great men to join us, great men and women, because today we're talking about, are we listening to one another? Hey, Tony.
Hey, Florida.
Hey, Facebook.
Sanji's
Thank
in
you guys for
Florida.
joining
Hey,
today.
Facebook, hey.
Listen.
I'm sorry.
She's got to get herself
I can get
together.
this. Our producer just reminded me to take my headset off. Yeah. Hold
Thank
on.
you so much.
Hold
In
on.
Florida, good to see you. How's y'all's weather? I hope you haven't been. Did you get snow in Florida, Sanji? I mean, it's been some weather craziness.
Oh, it was some snow in Florida. I saw it along
Mhm.
with all those funny TikTok videos.
Yeah.
I hope no one was hurt in the making of it.
Right, no.
But they were slipping.
Oh,
and
you
falling.
did. Hey, Edward, thank you guys for joining. Today is Fun Friday. We come on here Fridays at 11:30 a.m. just to chill, just to talk,
Yeah.
just to laugh. I mean, we've all had a great week, hopefully.
I had a great week
Why was your week so great?
because anytime you above ground and not below,
Hello.
it's always great. God has let me see.
Thank you
another
for joining.
week.
Thank you guys
Hey,
for joining so much.
Phillip, Hey,
Hey, we need some participation today. If you guys listen, we might, depending on what we're talking about, somebody, if you guys are commenting, we might ask you to join our live and give your perspective about why men and women are not listening. It's important, y'all. Communication is one of the key factors
Yes,
why
it
relationships break up.
is.
What you think about that?
It is. What do I think about? See, I wasn't listening.
See, wasn't even listening.
I wasn't
That's part of the
listening.
problem right here.
I was trying to read.
It's not even men and women listening. It's women talking to each other.
No, this is a great topic
It
because men versus women. Are we listening?
Mm-hmm.
How many of you guys think that we're not listening? Hey, Chandra. Hey, welcome. How many of y'all think that we're not listening?
Thank
we're not
you.
listening to each other. I think that's one of the biggest issues with relationships is communication. What do you think?
I know for a fact. And I think that people are so ready to talk about what they want to talk about. I'm not sure they're listening. So what do y'all think? Do you think that people are listening to each other, or they're talking over people, or they not? What's going on?
I think that people listen to respond. I remember I had this.
Y'all listening
Hey,
to the
Ronnie.
wrong people. That's
Oh,
good.
ouch.
Okay,
Wait,
go
stop.
further.
That's I was just going to ask that.
Mm-hmm.
Who are the wrong people?
Who are the wrong people?
I bet he's going to say our girlfriends.
Oh, you what?
I know that's
I
what
need
he's
you to
gonna say.
comment. He might be
I
trying to get
bet.
on here. You know what? Who are the wrong people? Who
And
are
he's gonna say our girlfriend.
listening but not hearing?
Hey,
so
Kate.
let's break that down, Philip. You're listening but not hearing. So maybe it's your communication style. Do you think that has something to do with
Jackson. Oh,
Those Derrick
Derrick
Jackson
Jackson.
type.
Hey,
What's that
listen,
mean?
it's so funny. You know who Derrick Jackson
Who
is,
is that?
right?
Remind me.
Oh my gosh, she does not
Just
know who
remind
Derrick
me of
Jackson
who it is.
Derrick Jackson was the self-proclaimed relationship coach.
I thought that his name was Kevin something.
That's
But-
Kevin Samuels. There's a whole bunch of them.
Okay.
But it's so funny you say that. I was just watching a video with his ex-wife.
Uh-oh.
And she was talking about how literally
Mm-hmm.
she would be going up the stairs, passing his women coming down the stairs, and they would be tag teaming off with this dude. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely
He's a
ridiculous.
cheater. You know what? You said it so simple. He's a cheater. That's who. Yes.
Was he cheating because he ain't communicating? Like, I don't know.
He was cheating with women and had the nerve to try to tell us what we need to be not accepted from men. And the whole time he was doing it to his wife, his very nice, sweet wife.
Where is he today? Hopefully not giving no advice.
I know where I wish he was, but he's not there. So, and did y'all notice he done went and got buffer? So instead of him trying to, I guess, get his life together, he went to the gym and got, some bigger pecs instead of getting some character to it.
Y'all, thank you for joining today. It's Fun Friday. We're going to talk about men versus women in our communication. Are we listening to each other? So, y'all chime in. Chime in a little bit. We've got Facebook. We've got our live TikTok. Thank you for the TikTok people that are joining us on our other platform with our TNT podcast. We are so excited to finally get that going.
Yeah.
Were y'all happy when TikTok came back?
Girl,
after 13 hours?
Don't be bamboozled, honey. TikTok is no more than
we got somebody trying to join us as a guest. Okay, let's get some dialogue going.
Oh, we're doing wonderful today. Thank you.
Thank you for asking. Gustav. Thank you guys for joining.
I like your name, Gustav. Thank you.
All right,
you're right.
Let's get into
celebrities.
Let's get into this, y'all. For real, we've got 88 people on. What's the biggest communication challenge you're facing in your relationship, y'all? Men and women, jump in. What is the biggest communication problem that you're facing? What's up with it?
I think it's probably talking about intimacy.
Ooh.
I think people aren't comfortable with telling their significant other what they really want when it comes to being intimate and in the bedroom. I think that's it.
Okay, let's put it in this. The issue with women is their expectations versus reality, rhetoric versus reality. Okay, Ronan, that's good. Good.
I agree with that. You know why?
Why?
Because think about it, when we're little girls, we play with
house.
dolls, we play house, and we have this dream life. Mm-hmm. Nobody tells you that adulting is savage.
Yeah.
Adulting is savage.
Yeah,
they don't prepare you for that.
I
remember playing house with my little. Trust me,
with Barbie and Ken, but they don't talk about Barbie. I don't even know if they talk to each other.
Why did they have Barbie and Ken? Why wasn't Jamal and Trisha?
Don't go there today.
That's why I want to know, where was Jamal and Trisha?
You were in 1970. Now it's 2025. They have Jamal and they have
a Trisha.
I don't know that, Keisha. But I'm just saying they have more diversity now. So
okay.
Husbands don't know when to stop talking. Oh my, Priscilla, let's talk about that. Priscilla, you think men are not giving women an opportunity to speak because they're dominating the conversation? That's different.
I think what has happened is that men have taken that biblical turnabout. Men being the head, a woman should be. I love this. My ex-husband.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about that.
Can y'all imagine this? My ex-husband used to quote to me all the time. Women are supposed to be quiet and keep quiet in the assembly. I'm like, dude, we in the bedroom. This ain't no assembly.
What?
That's what he used to tell me. That's what I'm saying.
So
they go over the top with thinking we shouldn't have a voice. That we're supposed to be, really. And guess what? I don't have a problem submitting. I will follow him as long as he's following Christ. What I don't follow is what y'all know what I always say. I don't follow foolery.
Men, please chime in from what she's saying with her ex-spouse or whatever, that he did not want her to talk. Is that what you're saying? He
didn't want my opinion.
Oh, snap.
And believe me, I had plenty.
So he expected you to be quiet versus a conversation, a two-way dialogue. That's what dialogue,
It's kind of like it was almost like, do what I say. It's like what I say. I'm the man. What I say goes. Okay, but that's not. A marriage is a partnership.
So, wow, we've getting some great comments here. So, somebody said something about somebody being too opinionated. Social media has set a bad expectations for women in relationship. You ain't lying. Do you think it's unrealistic? Is that what's happening? They have some unrealistic expectations. So when we get into a relationship,
I love it. Dictator, exactly. Yes.
That's what Priscilla's saying. And that's which part?
But he wants to be a dictator. They take that. You can be submissive, but I still have a valid role to play. I still have a voice. Don't try to stifle my voice because I'm now your wife.
Well, I think what should happen is that we respect each other. I know women are to respect
men,
but we have to respect one another's opinions.
Exactly. And you can respectfully disagree. You can.
Men, is that true? Can you respectfully disagree?
You can respectfully disagree.
I can't read that. Somebody says your opinion does matter. For men and women, it does matter. Why wasn't that Let me get my glasses on. Let me quit playing.
Oh, I
this silly
love
game.
what Tate said. He says,
What's Tate
I think
say?
selfishness, he said, everybody out for what they can get instead of what they can give.
Ooh, that's good. Who was that again?
is
Give him some
good.
credit again.
Hey, that's Tate. Oh,
Tate,
God.
listen to what Tate said. Please say what Tate
Hey, I
said
think
one
this
more
is
time.
my pastor.
Men are so, not men, but
My
people.
pastor's
He's
on
just,
there.
hey, he's getting, what did he say?
He said, I think selfishness, everybody's out for what they can get, not what they can give. And that's
Wow.
so true.
I think, and Tika has said she was told that she had a bad attitude when she tried to have an opinion. So from these two comments, I think what the takeaway is we're not respecting each other's opinions and validating we both, in a relationship, both people's opinions and what they desire is important.
It is fall in like versus in love. It lasts longer. Oh, wow. You know, it's funny you say that. I told my spouse that. I said, you know what I'm realizing? I said, you don't like me. That's what I said.
But can I ask you
It's the
something?
truth.
Are you always going to like your significant other?
No, but you're always going to love them. You may not like what they do,
Okay.
but I think you always will love them. I mean, it's like with my kids, my sons. I may not like some of the things that they do, but they're my boys. I'm
So
going
you
to
always
always
love them. Okay, I'll make sure I heard that.
That, you know
So,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? That's with anybody. But it takes.
Why
I mean,
wasn't it
that's-
that way before marriage? Let's see. Why wasn't it the communication? Meaning, why wasn't it fluid
You know,
like it was before? I'm
I
not
don't
sure
get
your
that.
comment there.
I get what he's saying because sometimes it's funny. You can sit here and say for the first 6 months or so, you're dating their representative, right? But eventually,
How is it? 6 months? Is it a year? How long can that representative stay
you can only
around?
pretend for so long.
Ooh, child.
Liking them is important though.
Mwah,
Yeah,
we
you have to
appreciate you.
like
We
them.
appreciate you. That shout out. We appreciate.
Oh, thank you. Somebody said we look 22.
God bless you.
Nah,
Good morning,
thank
y'all.
you.
Thank you guys for joining in. Today we're talking about men versus women. Are we listening to one another? And so these are some valid points that people are putting up here. And I do.
Oh,
What?
I love. Oh my God, I don't know who Tate is, but Tate, you a
Tate,
wise
you're on
person.
it. What's
This
Tate
is what
saying
he
today?
said. This
I
is-
wish we could.
he said,
You need to jump
"Too
on here
many
so we can have you
people."
on, Tate.
Yes, please come over to go to TNT
TikTok.
podcast because we would love to bring you on live with us because he's got some wisdom.
What's the last thing he said?
Too many men and women trying to be the baddest bee instead of being husband and wives.
Ooh, y'all.
That's
Tate's
a
dropping
mouthful.
some gems up
You know
in
what?
here.
Tate, you just made our producer nod her head over there because that's facts. And do you think social media plays a part in that?
Oh, I know social media does. Social media almost sometimes sets us up for a fall because they have, everyone has a blurb of the best features or best part of their relationship. No one really talks about how to get over the hurdles, the struggles, the compromising, how that works. Nobody really puts that on blast enough. So I think social media sometimes does do us a disservice.
You know what? I think that it sets.
Thank you
people
for
up
liking the live. We
failure.
appreciate you.
Thank you. I think it sets them up for failure. It does.
Yeah.
Think about it. When you go and look at all these people, and I'm gonna tell y'all something because I have friends. They're on there. I'm like, oh girl, y'all look so happy. And then I go on the phone with them like, girl, that joke ain't about nothing. I'm like, what? But they
Yeah.
look. It's not real.
Yeah. So how do we make it real though? I think
Putting God at the center of your relationship.
say it one more time.
Putting God at the center. God is it. He's you put him at the center, put him at the top, and everything else falls in line.
We say that a lot, but I don't know if people know how to do that.
I'm just now learning how to do that. I'm gonna be honest and be transparent. I'm learning how to do that. I'm learning that in my quiet time. Doing this whole season, this month that we've been going through the fast.
The fast,
Ooh,
yeah.
Lord.
Yeah. It's getting hot, y'all. The fast is real, y'all.
I want-
If y'all
I
did
want a
anybody
barbecue.
join us on the fast? Because I'm
Oh,
telling
yeah,
you,
you
God
did
gave
that.
us has given some fresh revelation and knowledge to
Daddy.
me for sure. And you know what? I think that fasting, when you're praying to God for answers, He will reveal certain things.
Somebody said, "Oh, go back." Oh my God! Somebody said he wanted to divorce me to teach. Was it to teach you a lesson? Honey, he might have blessed you. It might have been a blessing.
That's not a
He's
might.
talking about a
That's
lesson.
not a might.
If he divorced you for that, it was a blessing. It wasn't a lesson.
No,
It
yeah,
was
that's a lesson. Yes. What else you say? Did Tate come on over here? It is not a request before
Yes,
marriage.
okay.
Why
Somebody
would you-
said yes. Both of you need to want to do that, which is what follow God.
Yeah.
It was not. It was
So I think a lot of times people marry somebody that you're not evenly yoked. Do we need to talk about what
that
yoking
looks
means?
like to you. Yes,
Okay.
yes. I was going to actually elaborate on that.
Because that's a biblical term, being evenly yoked. And a yoke is a lot of people are not farmers, but you from the country, so you might be able to explain this even better. But a yoke is what connected the animals so that they could move together to plow the fields, okay? So when you're evenly yoked, you're moving together. And so you take that parable or the philosophy to a marriage. If you are unevenly yoked, you all do not, he doesn't believe in Christ, you do. He doesn't believe that sacrifice is needed, you do. You are unevenly yoked and probably disconnected and can't move forward together in a committed relationship. That's why it's very important that you vet this before you continue on in relationships.
I agree, but the thing of it is that I think a lot of times, but can you become my ex-wife married the same dude? I am the villain for entertaining.
Oh, dang. Okay, we read it. Did y'all hear that? She left him for the side dude, so he went with the spouse of the side dude. Wow, that's gangster.
I respect your gangster, sir. I respect your gangster.
I don't even know who that is.
Love
is a mirror of our creator. Thank you, Odell. That's what it's supposed to be. But my producer, who is genius, she broke it down for us right before we got on this podcast. And take a look at this. So it started in the Garden of Eden. Everybody got quiet.
I'm trying to read these comments because they putting in some juice
when Satan spoke to the woman, convinced her to take from the tree of good and evil. She gave it to her man. Right then, that sin is where we are today and why we can't communicate. I'm telling you right now.
Hi, Rhonda. Hey, gorgeous. Hey, Rhonda. Hey, Joey.
Can we pin some of these comments? Because this is incredible.
This is so good. This is awesome.
Y'all, I am
we got
sorry.
comments coming on 3 different screens.
We apologize. Can you?
Sometimes,
sometimes women have a voice that reminds her husband of her mother chastised.
Ooh, that's true.
How do you get around that though? How do you get through that?
Girl, do you want to be? Would you want?
No, absolutely not. So my question is, how do women?
I think some men look for their mothers in women. I mean, I can think of some guys I've seen and I've met their wives, and then I meet their wives and I meet their mother. I'm like, wait a minute, she looked like she could have been in their family tree. I'm serious. So I'm like, hey, dude, it's like almost like you married your mom.
Well, the interesting thing about it is, I still think that even if that were the case, you all still have to come together and for you all's relationship and define what communication works best for you.
Tate said something over here that was awesome. He
Tate,
said
where you at?
Tate's over here. Hey, my bestie's on here. Hey, bestie. Hey, Steven. Tate said on social media, it's so easy to include your situation with someone else. It is, like, I guess you're basically saying put your business out there on the street. I don't put my business out there on the street on social media because you never know who's trying. You think if people trying to pray for you.
If men versus women, as you put your communication out there in the streets, that's a disservice to your relationship.
Yeah, you should.
Hey, producer, we have a good one by Tika that pinned something. Can you tell us what she said? Division does destroy purpose, Odell. Thank you for saying that. And the enemy does not like union. And okay, hold on real quick. Back to Tika. He said, after I realized I needed him, he was going to remarry me if I hadn't cut up too bad. Did I miss something on Tika?
Okay, I got to say this, y'all, because my best friend is on.
Hey, best friend.
Hey, bestie. This is my other bestie. So my two besties,
we
y'all.
Met?
That's what I'm saying. Y'all got to meet each other. So
okay, soon.
This bestie, that bestie, y'all got to meet. Y'all got to meet each other. But anyway, this bestie, y'all, tried to save me from two bad marriages.
And what happened? You weren't listening.
I didn't listen to her. So there, I gave you your props, sis. She did.
Well, she tried to communicate with you, and you didn't listen.
I didn't listen on both of them. The first one, it was a disaster. Mm-hmm. So
why? Was it about the communication? Talk about that. Why was it a disaster?
It was a disaster because I really wasn't listening. I should have listened to her. So when we talk about men and women relationships, it can also be relationships with your girlfriend too. Sometimes you have to seek wise counsel, listen to wisdom, and not take those things into consideration as well. Because when she was saying, I should have listened to her, and I should have listened to my mom. Hey, Steven, I should listen to her too.
Hey, Philip, thank you so much. I appreciate you joining in, Barry. It's good to hear from you.
I
appreciate you. Hey, he's known me from way back.
You know who I wish was on here? What was the gentleman last week? He was dropping
There
them
was
gems.
a couple.
Coach, it
from
was
last
Coach.
week.
Wasn't our producer has it. She's got it.
True One. Is True One on here?
Hey, we want to bring you on live.
Yeah, True One.
Oh, he just joined, girl.
True One. Hey, True One. We might want you to join today because you be dropping some knowledge. Today we're talking about men versus women. Are we listening? And you have been a loyal follower joining in.
Yes.
So we might want come on. What? Wait a minute now. Is True One willing to come on board and talk about this?
Oh, he says we need to choose wisely because we have to think about when we're coming together as a family. That's
it's critical. It's critical. It's critical.
Oh my God. So critical.
I think if you can't communicate or be committed to communicating, then that's a sign. If one person's unwilling, y'all tell me if this is true or not. If your desire is to be with someone, but they're unwilling to bend or be palatable or pliable and come to some common ground, is that not an indicator to you that perhaps? Okay.
But do you think some of it stems from that maybe men aren't comfortable even expressing their feelings though?
Men, please jump in.
But think about it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially in our culture.
Thank you for agreeing because I'm just...
See, somebody said, yeah, I agree. That's it. They're not comfortable.
Men, why not?
They
why
don't
can't
cry.
you... I love a man that is in tune with his emotions and is not afraid to be able to communicate that. The transparency
in our culture, it's seen as weak. I remember when my brother was growing up and he would fall. Hey, you guys, we got quite a few of you. Hey,
y'all. Thank you for joining us. We're talking about communication today.
It's going great. It's going great. But my dad used to say, "Boy, don't you cry. You better not cry. You better not cry." So they learn I think at a young age not to cry and to hold that in.
Somebody says they're not listening. I think a lot of times people are so focused on what they want to say that they're not listening to what the person in front of them is saying.
I agree.
Because they're formulating their response and not being really sensitive to what somebody's communicating to them.
I'm guilty of that. And it doesn't help. Sis, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And it doesn't help if you have a little bit of ADHD or a lot of ADHD. Because
why does somebody always blame it on? No, stop.
You say that all the time.
Because why do you blame it on that? If you're aware you have that problem, shouldn't you be uber sensitive to trying to work on that and I'm going to pay attention even more if you know you have this issue?
This is true. But hey, didn't I do good? That New Year's Eve, I did good though.
Men want to share their feelings, but not with someone who's going to weaponize it. Amen.
We heard that last week.
Yes. And I agree with you completely. Because if you're going to use what I tell you against me, then that's not fair. It's not right. And it's something that I think that would cause me not to be transparent as well. But that's why you got to make sure who you're with that you can be vulnerable with. Do you agree or disagree?
I agree 100%. And just what he said.
Is that Tate again?
No, that's Derek. He said,
Hi, Derek.
Listening is the part of communication that people have the hardest time with.
They don't do it.
It is. You know why? Think about it when you're arguing and you are... let me tell you, I know when me and my ex-husband, we went to therapy, right? And we had a problem of talking. She had a speaking stick.
What?
That's what she called it.
Y'all, that's not a bad idea. So whoever had it in their hand could talk?
That's the way she did
y'all
it
hear
in
that?
She had so even in relationships going forward, I've tried to
I bet it's been like...
Look, Negro, give me that stick, Negro. Give me that stick.
I bet that's how it is, though, right?
It is.
Yeah.
A couple times, y'all ain't gonna lie, I wasn't taking to do this. I want to go his head with.
But that's what we're talking about. What are some tools? That's why we're here today. We know there's a variance. We know there's a disconnect. But what are some tools that we can all implement so that we can be respectful of each other and increase our communication skills?
Increase our communication. Yeah. What do you think you learned? What would you do different going into the next relationship? No, I love this part. Sis, what would you do different going into the next one?
You know what? As we're just talking about communication, right? As it relates to communication, I think for me, I'm praying for somebody that is strong enough to be able to be vulnerable enough without making it a big deal that he's being vulnerable. Like, we're just talking. It's just the two of us. And leave everybody else out of our relationship, what people think about them or whatever.
So literally, you and him just because when we talk all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all, we talk literally all the time. You texted me last night, I was asleep. But anyway. You said ride or die. That's what you always
say that.
Ride or die.
Somebody that is, if I'm willing to accept you and your imperfection, why are you expecting perfection from me?
Oh,
that's quotable. Producer,
bars.
I want a shirt. I want a shirt with that on it.
Look, all I'm gonna say to that is bars.
Can you write that down?
Listen to what Derek said over here, and Renee said she agrees with you. She says I agree, and then over here Derek said he said both men and women are trained to not only speak according to who they are, but to also listen as to who they are, and being trained to listen in this manner in which the person hears as well as speaks. So he's saying it's both. Not only when they speak, it's listen. And listening. Then thanks, Rhonda. Rhonda says someone that let me be myself, but strong enough to lovingly correct me when I'm wrong. That's the key.
I love it. I love
what she said.
And then
thanks,
don't hold
Rhonda.
that against me. Then don't hold that against me too.
Don't hold that against me.
That's excellent.
It. That's
valid.
Bars.
Absolute.
Philip.
Is Philip over here?
Philip
if men and women would focus on doggone it, Philip, you done said it. If men and women would focus on serving each other versus being right. Let me explain something. Philip is dead on. I want to say this, and I want everybody to take this away. Can you? We can know.
Oh, I can do that. See, sis,
I want to jump on that. During I've been married a few times, but here's the deal. One thing I took out of premarital counseling that I have tried to live out is listen to this, y'all. It is better to be righteous than to be right.
Girl, say that.
I need somebody to write this down.
Write that down.
It is better to be righteous than to be right. And all that means is in communication, most of the time people are trying to be right. They're trying to get their point across. But I want to challenge you to be righteous, meaning I don't have to win every battle. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to. Like,
I learned that from my mom. My grandma, which my grandma used to say this all the time.
What?
Pick and choose your battles. And then sometimes she said the best thing to do is to say nothing.
Correct.
And her and my grandfather were married to the day he died.
I love
until
it.
the Lord called him home. And I told you, they only dated for like 7 days.
I know they were implementing that.
They were.
Because
back then they kept quiet, you know. But I think a lot of times, I have to say this to my...
You're right, Hank. It sounds good on paper, but it has to be... And it's a practice that. Because lots of people have never had to do that. They're always trying to validate themselves and validate their point and be heard. But in actuality, if you're in a loving relationship, you should be able to... it's like a pickleball match. Because I like pickleball now. It's back and forth. It's you serve and you hit it back. People are not wanting to play together. They just want to play to win. And
they want to look a certain way, and they have to think. Let me tell you one thing. It's a compromise. Everything has to be a compromise. I know going into the next relationship to be different. It's about compromising. Trust, communication,
let's talk.
honesty.
Break that down, please. What will you be compromising, and how will you go about doing that?
That everything doesn't have to be my way, and I have to respect that the other person's opinion may not be the same as mine. And it's the truth. And look right here, I want to say.
Okay, then I'm gonna get this comment over here.
I love that. She's one of my favorite words. And someone said, Renee, thanks, Renee. She said, "I give grace
and mercy."
That's it. She says, "I give grace." She said, "I understand that we are two different people and we don't think the same."
I'm gonna push it even further for you right there because that's amazing. Thank you. I give it even when I don't receive it.
Oh. Now I'm gonna tell you something, y'all. The Lord's still working on me. Since He's still working on me, and I'm understanding you do have to give grace.
I love this one most of all. Thank you, Libby. Sometimes you have to fight all the times you have to fight your battles with your husband in your prayer closet.
Amen. Honey, you know what? Let me tell you something I learned that. The Lord can put a whipping on him that you cannot even touch.
I prefer. He preferred mine over the Lord.
I can remember this story one time about my dad.
Story.
Oh, you know I got a story.
And
this time about my dad and my mom. I never get this one time. My dad and my mom had got into it. And it was to do something about something money or something. Anyway, y'all, let me tell you what my dad did. My dad was going hunting. His wallet, his jeans got tore.
Thank you for joining.
He lost his entire wallet.
Thank you for following.
Do you hear me?
His what?
His wallet. And I'm gonna tell you,
While he was hunting? Okay.
And I'm telling you, that's because my mom had asked him for something, and he didn't give it to her. With the money. God took that whole wallet. He lost his whole wallet.
Because he didn't listen to his wife?
Because he did. That's right. The Lord will put a whipping on you. The Lord will put a spanking on you. I know a particular situation, me personally, where I said, every time something had happened, or he upset me or something, did something wrong, something got broke. I didn't break it.
You got
y'all
some
jokers.
Good comments over there.
So for y'all,
you may win the argument, but you lose a friend. That's true. And sometimes you may win an argument, but you lose the war. You know what I mean? Because it's really about people are so into what I want now and how I want it versus looking at the big picture. I think part of the issues in our communication is that we are not big picture thinkers.
No, when I tell you, but we have to be. You don't have to say a word. Back in the day when our old grandparents, how y'all think they stayed married all these years?
Yeah.
They did. They tolerated. We said, "Oh, girl, she put up stuff I wouldn't put up with."
Yeah.
No, she was just doing what the Bible called her to do. Because eventually, guess what?
What?
The Lord has the last say.
You better believe that.
And you ain't got to do a thing. Trust me, nothing.
Ooh,
so
Ronan, this is good. Whoa. This is good. A woman would
too.
rather listen to her pastor than her own husband. Now, I'm going to push back on this a little bit, and I wish you could go deeper. Because what is the husband saying that is adversely different than the pastor?
It shouldn't be.
I don't know. So, Ronan, we need you to go deeper.
Hold on. Is the husband... Now, hold on. You know my saying.
What is
the husband talking foolery?
Yeah,
can't follow foolery.
No, you
now,
cannot.
Pam said something.
So, Ronan, go deeper.
I want to go back to, hold on. Derek said, both men and women are trained to not only speak according to who they are, or not that part. In short, he said, let me see. No, it was another comment.
We can't hear you over here. We're sorry, y'all.
I'm so sorry, y'all.
And she has her glasses on, too.
Big time.
But, Ronan, if you want to go deeper on that, go ahead. Oh, Philip says he wants to be celebrated, not tolerated. I agree, but are you asking for something you're not willing to do?
Ooh.
I'm just going to keep...
Why do you keep it real?
Because people need to keep it real. Quit asking for stuff, and I'm not saying it's you, Philip, so please don't take this the wrong way. But if you are asking for something that you're not willing to give, I would say stop. Because that's not fair in a relationship. Be who you want to... I tell my agents all the time, would you hire you?
Huh?
Would you hire you? Meaning, are you being everything that you desire? Because if you're not, step it up.
Ooh, that's true. Take it to the Lord in prayer. Take it
facts.
to the Lord in prayer.
We could just end this conversation now about that. That's it.
So look, y'all, she got her piece of paper.
I do, and we ain't talking about nothing on these sheets. It's just pretty funny. Okay, why? Okay, here, y'all, for real. Why do you think men?
Girl, this is it. There are 3 truths: your truth, my truth, and God Almighty.
That's
truth.
Facts. We do know that. We do know that. Ooh, something about my pastor. We don't know what that comment means on there, but if you want to elaborate, okay. I want to ask you guys something. Why do you think men or women struggle with their emotions?
Oh, that's easy for us.
Why?
For in the African American, because
are you gonna speak for all of us? Okay.
Yeah, I speak for you a lot. I speak for you a lot.
So what are you trying to say?
So, think about all the trauma. We had to be
tough
we talked
about trauma
and strong
last time.
and resilient.
Yes.
Even as African American women that are business owners,
Ooh.
we are viewed as what you and I when we are out.
Here we go.
What do we hear this. You and I talk about this all the time.
Yeah.
What do people call us?
Alpha.
They call her not alpha. We not.
We're not. Just because we handle our business, just because we are very focused on and what the giftings that God has given us, doesn't mean we don't want to be in a relationship and we don't want to be submissive. So please stop.
No, it doesn't. Girl, stop the madness. That's not true.
That's not true.
And because I'm telling you, it's in our nature that if the right man comes along and you're going to submit and follow him anyway.
If he's healthy, if he's whole, if he's complete and tired, wanting nothing, and his focus and desire is to be in God's will and to lead you in the right direction, it's very simple.
It's very simple.
I don't want to say simple, but it's
I'm not going to follow that joke off a cliff.
Right. No. But that's what I'm saying. Like, no.
Yeah. You know
what
I'm saying?
And God is the only real truth. That's facts.
He's facts.
So what advice, y'all, please chime in. What advice would you give to someone that is male or female, guys, please jump in, who are struggling with their emotions and being honest and upfront about how they're feeling.
Oh, we got new comments.
How do you communicate? What would be your advice to get them to be in tune with their emotions, or can they be?
Let me go down here.
Jay, yes, we are. Thank you for asking. Are you?
We will catch up.
Jay, are you? That's what I would ask.
Somebody just said, Pam just said, she said, I'm so mad I got to jump on the Zoom call. This is good.
Come on now, girl. Tell them
This
you're
is
busy.
good. I have enjoyed
Oh, she
it.
might be conducting the Zoom. Thank you for joining. Next Friday, 11:30, Fun Fridays.
Oh, can you learn? Okay.
Thank you for the follows, guys. We appreciate you. And thank you for joining in today. Hey, Tate, is Tate back on here? I need somebody to talk about how you help people who are not dealing with their emotions very well. What advice would you give them? Thank you, must be from New York. We're from Texas. Thank you for joining. Thank you. We love to talk about stuff that everybody's wondering about. And we want just the dialogue between men and women. So thank you for joining. Thank you so much.
Somebody may not be listening, but they watching. So look, he said, I love you ladies' outfits today. And I have one question. When do you say this is enough communication? My significant other just don't get it. Ooh.
This is good. That's why we have this.
This is
okay. Can I
don't
say
know.
something?
I can't answer
Have
that.
y'all considered counseling? I'm just asking. Please.
I mean, it's not bad because Derek over here, he said he had to learn to listen.
Yeah.
And I know he's married.
Yeah.
And I mean, how did you do that? Did you?
It's over time, I hope.
Over time, did you go
Yeah.
to counseling? What did you do? Let's see. Rhonda said,
I see you.
Oh, she had to jump off too. She said,
Hey,
I love this.
But this is true. I would say if you all are at an impasse and having issues or problems, why do you think there's such a bad taste in people's mouth about getting help?
It's not even that. There's a bad taste in people's mouth about getting married.
Ooh. Let's talk about
Nobody
that.
wants to get married.
Odell says, when we all know our place in life, things become much clearer. People don't know their purpose, Odell. They're not praying about it. They're not walking in it. They're not desiring to know what it is. They're just kind of all willy-nilly. So
how did you find your purpose?
Through time and prayer, and I'm still walking